Testing, testing. Testing, testing. All right, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, others of great millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. Getting right into it. I'm going to go ahead and start off with this. In the book of Revelation. Revelation. Chapter 22. Starting at verse 6. And he said unto me, these sayings are faithful and true. And the Lord God of the holy prophets sent his angel to show unto his servants the things which must shortly be done. And you see, because a part of working out our own salvation with fear and trembling, because essentially this thing of ours, what it consists of through the Spirit, it's a thing of because we are warned so that we can give warning, if that makes sense. This is a thing of being warned so that we can give the warning, so that we can give warning through the Spirit and power and grace and mercy of Yahweh Shema Shai. Because before the Lord does anything, before the Lord makes any moves, or in a sense judgment, before he sends the destructions, all right, he always sends the warning. This is a consistent pattern of Yahweh Shema Shai. So before he brings any type of judgment, he always issues out the warning, and that comes in the form of his prophets. All right, and that's why I said, through the Spirit, essentially, this is a thing of being warned so that we can give the warning. All right, because like I said, it's again Revelation 22:6, and he said unto me, these sayings are faithful and true, and the Lord God of the holy prophets sent his angel to show unto his servants the things which must shortly be done. All right, so it's a thing of what the Lord's going to do, what he's getting ready to do. He reveals it unto his prophets, his servants, the prophets, and in turn, the prophets, they issue out the warning to the rest of the congregation, to the world at that. Because the scriptures talk about how because there's a message for everyone, all nations. All right, but as far as salvation, that was only given to the 12 tribes. As far as salvation, but even with that, like I said, there is a message for all nations. And the prophets, they give that message through the Spirit of the Lord. You see, and the things which must shortly be done, the things that are about to come to pass real soon, Lord willing, sooner than soon, as I always say. Because there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And that's why we just gotta hold on tightly. We gotta hold on to dear life, because this shit is almost over with. This shit is about to come to an end. But nevertheless, in verse 7 it says, behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the book. Slakia. Verse 7 again, behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book. All right, and that leads me to this. In Proverbs chapter 13, because this is what keeps our hope alive. This is what keeps us going. I was talking to a brother the other night, just about how, because it's different for each and every one of us. Every one of us, we deal with a different level of pain, just misery. Every brother's hell is different. So for each and every brother personally is different as far as the Lord keeping that hope alive in us. The Lord shows us just what we need to know. He gives us just what we need to just keep us going. Because that's why I'm gonna read this real quick in Proverbs 13 and Proverbs 13 and verse 12. It says, "Hope deferred maketh the heart sick, but when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life." You see, so like I said, a hope deferred. Because I talk about from time to time, man, it happens to all of us. We just get so caught into the motion of things, bills, family life, whatever. We just get so caught up into the bullshit of this world, the things pertaining to this life. Because we're here, we're flesh, and as men, all right, we got to handle our responsibilities. We got to do what we got to do. Just because, yeah, the Lord's coming back, I'm gonna just say fuck it. No, man, we still got to take care of our business as men, as a man. We got to take care of business. And like I said, oftentimes, man, we just get so caught up in emotion, and that's why I said, because it's easy to. Sometimes it's just easy to just lose focus. Sometimes it's just easy to forget. I'm not gonna say forget, but sometimes we veer off track. We get off track, we get off course a little bit, and the Lord, He has to remind us. He has to put that fire. He has to keep that fire under us. To where we get refocused. And like I said, a hope deferred maketh the heart sick. You see, because everything pertaining to this so-called life that we live, man, it's just, if it was left, if this was it, then we're done. We're finished. But the Lord has to constantly remind us, show us. He has to keep that hope alive in us. And that's what keeps us going. That's what keeps us going. He sends us those reminders, and that's why, listen, man, that's like I read in that Revelation, man. Being occupied in these prophecies. Because yeah, we're catching hell. Brothers are catching hell, but the prophecies, man. The prophecies are there. The things are happening. All right, shit is happening. Things are playing out, and that's what's It's just like, man. Because again, man, not too much longer. Not too long, man. How long? Not long at all. And Lord willing, that's just the Lord continues to give each and every one of you brothers and sisters of the elect, whoever you are, just that fuel that you need to keep on going, because things are happening. And I'm gonna just say this, because that MOTB it has to be right around the corner. It has to be around the corner, man. It has to be, because just with everything that's going on, and this is mainly through the Spirit. Again, just some news concerning the World War III news. Because with all the back and forth, the escalating tensions, it just came out that America and UK, they just conducted another series of attacks on, the Houthis, you know, and as has been said by, this one of several of these Iranian-backed, proxies. All right, because I mean, that's obvious by now. The Houthis, they're being backed by their Iranians, and that's why you hear people mention how all roads lead to Iran. All right, because Iran is supplying the Houthis, and again, many of these, you know, like I said, Iranian-backed proxies. The all roads lead to Iran. All right, and it came out recently that Iran is upping their uranium production. All right, Iran is upping their uranium production. You know, Um, and you see, this is what mainly with the Israelis and um, America, this is what they've been trying to stop from taking place. This is what they've been trying to stop from happening. You know, they've been trying to stop because they don't want Iran to basically come up with these weapons of so-called weapons of so-called mass destruction. So the fact that Iran is up in there, because with you might say, the uranium, what does that have to do with the thing? Well, uranium is one of the main elements into creating these so-called weapons of mass destruction. Um, so like I said, well, as a matter of fact, it came out recently that Iran is they're not only are they doubling, but they're tripling their manufacturing of uranium. So, and this is what they're trying to stop. This is what they're trying to prevent. You see, and it also recently came out that America is getting ready to because again, Israel, because Israel, you know they know that if Iran gets a hold of all these so-called weapons of mass destruction, Israel, they know that's going to be their obliteration. They know that's going to be their end. So that's why them out of all people, they can't have that happen. All right. They can't have that happen. But this is what's taking place. All right. This is what's being said. It says speculation, rumor. But it also recently came out how it recently came out that America is getting ready to because like I said, there's a lot of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, as far as these attacks. There's been several operations to try to stop these Houthis to but again, all roads lead to Iran. It is being said that Iran, they have certain intelligence to I'll just say this, they have certain intelligence that basically puts America out on the spot, so to say. It exposes America, so to say. And again, Iran, they're the ones supplying these Houthis and different proxy groups with weapons and intelligence and things of that nature. So that's why it's being said that there's a major um, there's a major I'll just say attack, or I'll say operation, that's getting ready to take place against the so-called Iranians to stop them from supplying these proxy groups, stop his certain intelligence from coming out, and so on and so forth. You know, you see, man, and then these are the times that we're in, man. These are the times that we're in. You know, and speaking of, because I'm going to go ahead and play this clip real quick. Now, this is going into the NATO. I think it's a chief commander, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm gonna go ahead and play this because this isn't just listen. Again, we're in a time of war, and you have a lot of these countries, a lot of European nations, warning their civilians, hey, prepare, get ready, stack up, stockpile. China, at one point, all these countries, they've been warning their civilians, hey, get ready, prepare, because this shit's getting ready to pop off. And it's really only these Americans, that are lost in the sauce. It's really these Americans that they have no idea what's going on, you know. And when I mention China, that goes into the Koreans, North and South. Hey, get ready, because this shit's getting ready to happen. You know, these people, they know something. And when I say these people, I'm talking about these lower, you know, luminarians, so to say. Because like this guy, I'm going to play this clip. You know, I think he's the NATO chief commander, right? And Lord, one of you can hear this. Check this out.
You need to have water, you need to have a radio on batteries, and you need to have a flashlight on batteries to make sure that you can survive the first 36 hours. Things like that. That's simple things. But it starts there. The realization that not everything is plannable, not everything is going to be honky-dory in the next 20 years. I'm not saying it is going wrong tomorrow, but we have to realize it's not a given that we are in peace. And that's why we have the plans. That's why we are preparing for a conflict with Russia and the terror groups. If it comes.
So you see, man, I'm gonna play this back from the beginning again, because you could break this video down a million ways. All right, there's a lot of slip-ups, you know, body language. You know, you can see the concern in his eyes, in his face, like I said, his body language, you know, because they don't have the full details. When it comes to these lower luminarians, they don't have the full details, but they know something. All right. You know, they know something's coming. That's why you got guys like Rick Ross, you know, coming out talking about we need to build bunkers, catch themselves so-called calling out Elon Musk. You know, it's not a coincidence that these guys are coming out with they're coming out to make these bunkers, and you know, Kim Kardashian and many other celebrities, so-called celebrities, with these bunkers, you know, making bunkers, building bunkers, because these guys, they know something. They know something's coming. All right. You know, but in this particular video, and I'm gonna leave the link to this video in the description, Lord's willing, not after this live, because he mentioned specifically conflict with Russia and the terrorists, right? You know, which I'm gonna get this real quick, because for those that don't know in the first place, NATO was set up, because I'm gonna go ahead and let me get this in Revelation 11, because everything happens on the Lord's time. You know, everything happens on the Lord's time. You see, and that's why, you know, the Lord puts certain things into place. All right, because it tells you in Revelation 9 how the Revelation 9 talks about the first woe, right? You know, and the second woe cometh, roughly paraphrasing. But when you read here in Revelation 11 and 14, it says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right, the third woe cometh quickly. You see, and of course, like I said, you know, certain things the Lord puts into place, because everything happens on the Lord's time. Now, a part of what the Lord set up through his spirit was NATO being set up. All right, which NATO was set up to combat the USSR, you know, which basically Russia. You know, it was set up to combat Russia, because if NATO wasn't set up, you know, World War III would have took place. It would have took place a long time ago. You know, it would have took place a long time ago. You know, and it said the third war cometh quickly, because listen, hey, World War III or Slovakia, World War II, that took place less than 100 years ago. You know, World War III took place less than 100 years ago. Hell, you still got survivors of World War II living today. You know, so though it may seem like some time, it was still nevertheless, it's still a short period of time, because you still got some survivors of World War II today. But the point being that if the Lord didn't set up certain things, he didn't put certain things into place, like I just said, like then NATO being set up, World War III would have took place, back then. But again, certain things have to take place. All right. So I just say all that to say, because again, NATO, that was one of those things that had to be set up and take place. All right. Because NATO was set up again to combat the USSR, which is, Russia. You know, so going back to this video, because again, the fact that you got this NATO chief commander or military commander, all right, giving warning. All right. Not only that, they're conducting military drills. Everyone's conducting military drills. Like I said, and like the title says, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. This video could alone to be easily an hour or two, just going into the different things that's going on, man. As far as just World War III news, but going back to this video.
You need to have water, you need to have a radio on batteries, and you need to have a flashlight on batteries to make sure that you can survive the first 36 hours. Things like that. That's simple things. But it starts there. The realization that not everything is plannable, not everything is going to be hunky-dory in the next 20 years.
And you see stuff like that, they just 20 years. Hey, listen, Lord willing, we're not here another 20 years. In a way that prophecy is moving, I can confidently say we don't have 20 years. We don't have 20 years. It's just the way that things are moving, because things are ramping up. And that's why I said earlier, and the MOTB's got to be around the corner. And I believe, just speaking as a man, that MOTB, man, because I've said this before, just look at the lockdowns 2020, 2021 did, while everyone was, for the most part, locked up in their homes or whatnot, curfews and, things were for the most part locked down or whatnot, hey, out of nowhere, you had all these towers popping up all over the place, right? And who's to say, because all it takes is for another lockdown situation, lights out situation, and boom, the lights come back on, and out of nowhere, the MOTB can be implemented, just out of nowhere. Hey, just a new system, a new way of doing things, buying and selling, right? Who's to say, I've said this before, but who's to say that can't happen, right? Playing on.
I'm not saying it is going wrong tomorrow, but we have to realize it's not a given that we are in peace. And that's why we have the plans. That's why we are preparing for a conflict with Russia and the terror groups, if it comes to it, if they attack us. We're not seeking any conflict. But if they attack us,
So you see, because he goes from the plans, we have the plans, right? For a conflict with Russia and the terrorists, if they attack us, like you said, they and like you just said, like you said, like I said, when you break it down, when you dissect it, you read the body language and the eye contact and all that, man. If we had the plans, that's not to say, but if they attack us, hey. Like I said, these lower luminarians, man, they have certain information. They know something's coming. They don't know what it is exactly, but they know something's coming. It came out last year. All these, what was it? Senators giving these satellite phones, these sat phones. Like I said, these lower luminarians, they know something's coming. They know something's coming. I'm gonna just put it like this in not so many words. Back in 2001, right? When that whole, thing took place, September 11th, hey, certain individuals were told, hey, they got that call, don't come to work today, or don't come to work tomorrow, it's just one of those type of things. They know something's coming. Something's going to happen. You know, like I said, that's why you got guys like Rick Ross and all these so-called celebrities building bunkers, and something's coming. Something's coming. Now we know it's coming. We don't know how it's going to plan out, when it's going to play out, but we know according to the scriptures. Hey, we just know what the scriptures say. And even with that being said, that day, Lord willing, is still not going to catch us like a thief in the night, man. But I'm gonna finish this video.
Have to be ready.
So apparently there's been reports of people panic buying radios in Sweden
Right.
out of concerns that war would come to them. And I don't know if this was in response to that or not, but NATO's top military advisor basically told everybody that they should have the basic necessities that they would need to survive. Mostly just in case conflict came to the area. So like first aid, food, things like that.
So you see, man, hey, yeah, this you got, again, a top military advisor or commander, giving this warning. Something's coming. Like I said, we don't know when. I just saw that and this came out a couple of months ago, back in 2023, the latter months of 2023, about fucking devices being found at the Mexican border. Because it's being said, starting from the apostles, man, hey, prepare for attacks, prepare for T attacks on American soil. Prepare for these certain attacks to take place. Hey, you got this new disease X, which is being said, rumored, speculated that this is going to set the stage for the next world crisis like 2020. Man, and according to the devil's mouths themselves, like kill Bates and them, this next one, to quote, is going to catch people's attention. So there's a lot going on. Like I said, man, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And through the spirit, more and more, we're just putting the pieces together. More and more, everything is just coming. The picture's becoming more and more clear. So, hey, get ready, man. Get ready, because this, sooner than later, like I always say, sooner than soon. Hey, this shit is gonna be a reality, man, and we can't wait. We can't wait, because goddamn, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this place, man. This shit is played out. I'm gonna get this. And I see you on the comment board. Shalom. Yahba Shema Shabrak again, man. Hey, just hold on, man, because this shit is almost over with. This shit is about to be done away with. All right. And to you, I'm gonna just say this through the spirit. To you, sisters that truly believe, hey, if you have a man that's in the truth, cling on to that brother, man, because that's gonna be your meal ticket. All right. And if you don't got one, just pray that the Lord gives you one. All right. Which it was, if you're one of the elect ladies, the elect sisters, the Lord's going to lead you to a man of the Lord anyway. Somehow, somewhere, he's going to pair you up with the man of the Lord anyways. But hold on to that man, And this ain't the time now to be, picky, choosy, oh, that brother's too short. That brother's too fat. Hey, you better, hey, if you see brother you like, man, hey, and this brothers have said this before in the past, hey, hit a brother up on make a comment on the brother's comment board, it ain't got to be a recent video, hit a brother up on his page, something, because, hey, now more than ever, man, hey, we're coming into more and more serious times, man. And I see this through this. I see this through the spirit, And this is something that I got to work on. I've been working on through the spirit, as far as, because I'm so shut out from people. I'm shut out. Other than brothers, I'm shut out. But it's just like the Lord, more and more. He's bringing certain individuals. He's keeping certain individuals around us for a reason, and there's certain individuals the Lord is removing from us, and that's what I've been learning. I've been seeing that through the spirit, because like I said, me personally, I'm outside of brothers, I'm cut off. I'm cut off from everyone. You know, I don't give a damn about anyone. But I see through the Spirit, the Lord is keeping certain individuals around me. You know, and He's strengthening that relationship for whatever reason. And there's certain individuals, man. The Lord is just, you know, He's removing them. You know, because things are getting tight. All right, the Lord's about to wrap this shit up. You know, so to you sisters out there that truly believe, sincerely believe, hey, don't be scared to make your move, man. Hit a brother up on his comment board. It can be an older video, you know, a video that he did 2 years ago. If it's through the Spirit, he gonna see that comment. You know, hey, y'all work things out, whatever the case may be. But that's just to you sisters that truly believe, man, because the Lord is getting ready to wrap this shit up. All right, and especially now, man. Especially now, Passover's coming up. You know, hey, this ain't the time to be playing games, man. This ain't the time to be bullshitting, man. You know, but I'm gonna get this in Revelation 13. Oh, I'm sorry, Romans 13 and 12. It says, "The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light." All right, and that's pretty detailed in itself, just the scripture, you know. But just the point being that it said, "The night is far spent." So you see, listen, wickedness is coming to an end. You know. All right, this shit is played out. Wickedness is played out. Judgment is getting ready to come. All right, the Lord is getting ready to make His moves. We believe it. We feel it. I know brothers taste it. You know, it's almost like, you know, when your mom's is cooking or grandma's cooking something, man. You know, and it's like the closer that food is done, it's like the more you can taste it. You know. I know out here in the South, man. Hey, that cornbread. You know, the homemade mac and cheese or the homemade banana pudding, whatever the case may be. All right, you know, the pot roast is like the closer it gets to dinner time. It's like the more, you know, the more the food is done, the more you can taste it. Well, listen, man, this shit is about to come to an end. All right, and we can, it's to a point where you can taste it. You know, we could taste it. You know, the end is at sight. You know, we can see the finish line. The Lord is about to shut this shit up. All right, so now more than ever, hey, things are happening, man. You know, things are happening. You got this guy, what's his name? Trump, which brothers have been saying this, you know, for a long time. Because it's like the elites are using this guy to stir up trouble, you know, because this guy, Trump, he's been calling out Biden, you know, not the administration, but he's been calling out Biden, all right, himself, you know, just talking shit. Listen, hey, this whole border crisis, hey, man, that's another thing in itself. That's another topic in itself, you know, this whole border crisis. I did a video on that the other week or so, you know, and that's another thing, because like brothers be saying, pay attention to the so-called Middle East, right? The Red Sea area, the Levant region. Pay attention to that. But hey, pay attention to Texas. As a matter of fact, I was just telling my demonist tonight, you know, hey, I might, because I watched that movie Bushwick several times. I watched it plenty of times, but I might watch that shit tonight, because there's always some gem you can pick up, you know. But pay attention to Texas, man. You know, because going back to this whole border crisis, hey, divisions, which is going to lead to seditions. And I posted a video earlier on my backup channel, which for those that don't know, I always leave in all my videos, I always leave the links to the other channels in the description. So, you know, if you don't know, now you know. But I posted a video on one of my backup channels earlier, you know, with the whole tension between Texas and the federal government. Hey, man, the Supreme Court getting involved, man. Shit is about to pop off. This shit is about to pop off, you know. And that's why more than ever, man, hey, just because, again, I know brothers catching hell. Brothers are catching hell, but and I'm speaking to myself, man, just this shit's almost over. This, just, you know, just remember, this shit don't mean nothing. This shit don't mean nothing, man. It don't mean nothing, you know. The Lord is about to put an end to this shit. So just hold on, man. Just hold on. It's almost over. But like I said, man, there's a lot of things going on, man. A lot going on, you know. And I'm gonna just get a few of these, man. A few of these on the comment board. Bear with me. Shit, slocky. Bear with me. If it lets me. All right, so let's just grab a few of these. And again, shalom to you on the comment board. Y'all about Shema Shah Brak Thumb. You know, when it comes down to it, hey, Lord willing, ultimately, man, we see each other on the chariot when it comes down to it, you know. We all see each other on the chariot, Lord willing. But in Ezekiel, this is by Rapah Ariyah, Ezekiel 38 and 11. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. And you know that's cold because these Americans, and it's through the spirit because the spirit just so happens to have it to where I've been watching a lot of these what do you call it, dumpster diving videos, because that's something I wanted to do some years ago. You know, I wanted to do that because believe it or not, you know, a lot of these stores, companies or whatever, man, they just throw a lot of shit out, brand new shit. They just throw that shit in the trash, you know. And you have a lot of these guys that they dumpster dive and they grab a lot of that shit. You know, some of them, they keep the shit for their personal use, they sell it, give it to the poor, whatever. But and I'm talking about purses, Louis Vuittons, you know, expensive shit, you know, video games and all type of shit. Not just food. I'm talking about, you know, shit that can be used, personal shit, you know, shit, you know, that people would die for, you know. And a lot of these companies, man, they just throw the shit in trash. Phones, brand new phones in the cases, you know. It's stuff like that. It's things like that a lot of these other countries, man, this is a part of why this is one of many reasons why these other nations, they hate America, because Americans, they take this shit for granted. Meanwhile, these other countries, man, they're starving. They don't got shit, you know. They don't got shit. A lot of these places, man, especially Jake areas, they eat mud pies, mud cakes, you know. But these Americans, man, they're so spoiled, and that's why they're walking around here thinking that they can't be touched. They thinking that they can't, nothing's gonna happen to them. All right, you know. That's why when them foreign troops come over here, man, and a lot of them are already over here, but that's another story. That's another, you know, something in itself. But a lot of those foreign troops, they're over here, they've been over here, still coming over here, and they're just waiting on that green light because they already have a hatred, they already have a disdain for these Americans. Because these Americans, like the brother posted the scripture, man, they live carelessly, man. They're careless, you know. There's this rejoicing city, you know, just careless, thinking they can't be touched, right? Gluttonous, you know, they overindulge in unnecessary things, man. You know, you got hot dog eating contests. Meanwhile, these other countries, they're starving, ain't got no resources. You see, that's why, man. Hey, you know, these people, when they come over here, they ain't gonna be playing games, man. They're not gonna be playing games, you know. But let's get this in Revelation. Again, Rapah Ariyah, Revelation 6 and 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said unto the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. Because that's the thing. These people think that they can hide from the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shai. No, man. You know, all these little bunkers, you know, underground bunkers, underwater bunkers. You know, they trying to make, you know, send shit out of space. They try to escape the destruction, but it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. All right. Because listen, Esau, he has his military, he has his army, his navy. All right, his Air Force. Well, listen, the Lord has his, so to say, boots on the ground. You know, the Lord has his Marines, you know, mainly speaking of the Leviathan, right? The Lord has his Air Force. So ain't no escaping the Lord's judgments. All right, because again, these people, they know, you know, they know judgment is coming. They know judgment is coming and they're trying to escape, but ain't nothing that you can do. If you're outside of the elect, ain't nothing that you're going to be able to do. There is no escaping. Hell, even the elect are going to be here. But the only difference is the elect are going to be preserved, because, ain't no rapture taking place until after the destruction. So-called rapture ain't taking place before the tribulation. No, it's going to take place after the tribulation. So with that being said, we're all going to be here. If the Lord preserves us, if he keeps our soul and our bodies, we're going to be here and we're going to see this shit. We're going to witness this shit. We're going to be here. It's going to be to the point where brothers are barely going to be escaping destruction, judgment. So it's a matter of being preserved. All right, that's what it's about. It's about being preserved. But these, luminarians, man. So these luminarians on the left hand, they trying to escape judgment, but it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna work, man. It ain't gonna work. Trying to build bunkers and shit. No, man. And make no mistake about it, because just because they talk about a few celebrities here and there, listen, a lot of people, all right, a lot of people are building bunkers, man. They're building bunkers. People are stockpiling. People know something's coming. These people know, and they're afraid. They're afraid, and they should be. They should be scared. They should be terrified. They should be terrified, man. But like I said, man, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and we know and we understand that at any moment, shit can happen. All right. Things can pop off. All right. Things will pop off at any moment. It can happen. It could take place. So to all of us, just continue to do what you're supposed to do to, be found in the Lord's good graces. Because I'm going to say this through the Spirit. Because, of course, as I always say, it's a thing of confidence, not cockiness. All right. Confidence. And if you're doing what you're supposed to do in sincerity and in truth, then, hey, listen, the Lord is dealing with you until further notice, because we don't know. But until further notice, hey, the Lord is dealing with you, man. And I always say, act like it, walk like it, talk like it, and just continue to do your part. Continue to play your role, man, and continue to just put yourself in a position, to be found in the Lord's good graces, man. And that's it. All right, you'll be all right. We'll be all right. All right. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. Lord willing, into the next one.